What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at installing an electric tailgate system to this Series 5 Y62 Nissan Patrol. Okay, so in the kit we've got the new struts. So these are going to go in place of the old struts, and obviously these are electronic instructions, so you know what you're doing. There's a lot of wiring here that needs to be done. So all sorts of different things which we will go through. More wiring, the module or the brain, whatever you want to call it, hole saw. So this is the exterior button that's going to go in place of the original handle that's there now. The interior button, spare bolt, some zippies, and the new brackets. So not only are we removing the old struts, we're actually replacing the brackets as well. So here's the original bracket and original strut we will be removing, and we'll be adding obviously the new ones. Here is the handle, so what will be in place of that is a new button, and yeah. So let's start by disassembling the vehicle. Alright, once we've got the plastics disassembled, we can start looking at mounting the new struts. So what I like to do is sort of start at the back and then work my way towards the front. So what we need to do at the back is mount the module, do some wiring connections, mount the struts, and we do need a drill. So right here on the tailgate, there's a little sort of notch. I do the hole right in the middle of that, and it's perfect every time. Alright guys, here are the brackets done. So as you can see, they've got the arrow and they are labelled left and right, so they're nice and easy. So you obviously remove the old bracket, put the new one on, do the same up here. Then you can mount the strut. Just get that light up a bit. Yep, so then you can mount the strut, and then here we've got our wiring going in. That's where we've done the hole. And we've got the exact same on the other side. And so we can look at where we're going to mount the module and start running some extra cabling. Okay, so this harness here goes between the original locking harness, so that controls this thing here, and the plug was plugged in right there. So just unplug the genuine, plug it into our harness, and then put that in place, like so. Okay, we can tape that up. We can run this to our module. Run this to our module. Then we've also got this coming off here. Now this says key, and that goes to, where are you? That goes to this boy right here. So if you look on the underside of the tailgate, that's connected to where the key is. So we're going to unplug that, plug that in, plug that back into its place. Okay, so that was those two. Now we've also got this that gets done at the front of the car. This gets done at the end. That's the handle. Then we've also got another huge harness. So this big boy will get plugged into the module. This is our ground, okay, and there's a factory ground point right here. So there's a little section coming off for the speaker. Right there. And then we can mount that inside. The top of the module would be fine. Okay, so that's a lot of the wiring connections done. It's pretty much plug and play. As you can see, there's still wiring hanging down, so we're going to neaten all that up. And what that's going to leave you with is two separate long cables. And what we're going to do is run these to the front of the car. So they're going to go down the driver's side or the right hand side, and we're going to run with the factory looms. So down here through this grommet all the way to the front of the car. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll go ahead and neaten this up and start running our looms. Oh yeah, so if you have any questions regarding this, one, drop them in the comments. Two, all of the plugs that go into the module only go into one section, so you can't accidentally plug the wrong thing into the wrong port. And I just knew where everything is because we've done so many of these, but it's all in the instructions. So every single connection with pictures, you know, show you how to do it. Okay, so we've got our looms down to here through the factory grommet, and we've just used zip ties to secure the looms along the factory loom here. And so we've just got to keep running towards the front. Okay, so here is what we're up to so far. There is our module mounted. We've got some of these cables semi-cleaned up, not finished yet. We've got one last plug which will run to here, that's for our button. We've run the looms down here with the factory looms, down through here, behind these panels, all the way to the front of the car. And so what I'm going to do is just move the car back a little bit so we can get some better lighting in here to show you guys what else we need to do. Okay, so once we've got our loom to the front of the car, we need to remove this panel here. So this panel pops off first, and we have a Torx 20 bolt here, and we have two 10mm bolts underneath there, then you can remove. Okay, so now we've got our wiring right to this area here. We've got some different connections that we need to do. Now, most of this is plug and play. And what we have here is like an adapter harness with our fuse on it. So what we do is find at the top of the fuse box, there's a big red plug. Okay, just unplugged it. Plug in the female to the male, and then you can plug it the male back in. So it's like a sort of a T-harness or adapter harness, something like that. There we go. So that can sit back there. It's actually really tight. And then we've got our fuse here, so we can tape this up. Okay, get that mounted, and then it leaves us with this little fly lead coming off, which will plug into him. And then when we do that, the unit's going to start beeping because it's not set up, 100%. So once we've done that, that's ready to plug in. And now we've also got two wires coming off this loom. We have an orange and a pink. So orange goes to this loom here, and that loom you can see clearly it's going into the door. There's a sort of fat purple wire in there, and that's the unlock wire. So when you press unlock, that gets power. That's going to go to orange. Accessories. Okay, so we're going to find, there's actually a specific wire in this loom here which I'll find and I'll let you know. It has to go to that one there. Now this last loom here goes into our interior plug. There's a brown wire on that says ILL for illumination. So we're going to test for illumination in this plug right now. Yes. Okay, so it's like blue with an orange trace. Turn the lights off. Okay, so it gets power when the lights are on, which means that goes to illumination, so we can strip that. So right here on this plug and the fuse box, there is a red with blue trace. Okay, it's right there. It's that wire right there. That's it. That's what we have to connect to. Okay, so I'll turn the ignition on. Okay, so it gets power with ignition. Ignition off. Okay. So it's definitely ignition, and it's definitely red and blue, and it's in the same spot as the instructions say, so we can strip that. Alright guys, that is our 3 wiring connections done. So we've got the illumination, our accessories, and our central locking wire done. We've just taped our plug here, so that goes to the new switch. Alright, boom. And just like that, it's in, looks awesome. Let's start putting this back together. So that's this panel plugged back in. Now, before we go too far, we will test it of course. And I just want to show you, this car has a factory soft close, so we didn't need to add anything for that. But when you add this kit, you need to unplug this module and then plug it back in. Simple as that. And that will make the soft touch work. I can't do that with one hand, so I'll do that now. Okay, so we're going to manually close it. And you'll see soft close work. And then we're just going to open it up. Okay, now that's on the slow setting, so we can speed that up. Awesome. And now we'll get the key. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. And you'll see the soft close. And once it's closed, it will beep. Go to open. Okay, so we've seen the kit working. So what we're going to do now is go through and put everything back together and then neaten up the wiring as we go. So anything that we haven't neatened up already will get neatened up. And yeah, that is about it. Alright guys, that is the job done. So yeah, came out really good. Overall, pretty straightforward install. You know, we made it look easy because we've done so many of them. But like I said, the kit has instructions. So the first time I did the kit, I had to read the instructions. Very, very easy to follow. And yeah, oh yeah, I'll show you now. So to speed it up, I'm gonna press and hold. 5 beeps, now watch this. Way faster. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. If there's anything else you want to see regarding these cars or any other cars, any installs, let me know. And we'll catch you in the next one.